Guys, the Dark Master here, back again for another answers video. This time, we're going to be finishing up the reasonable questions for anti-social justice warriors posed by the social justice warriors themselves. The last batch weren't particularly reasonable, but let's see if they get any better. Anyway, let us begin.
Offensive to men to assume that a man could only ever want equality for women and therefore be comfortable with feminism as a whole in order to get laid, and that reduces us to beasts? If that was the case, wouldn't I attempt to get laid from my views instead of not ever trying that?
I do believe that there is kind of this hatred for male feminists. I do think that exists to an extent. People like, JF who say they're slimy doesn't really help matters. And I think you can be a male feminist without wanting sex. Personally, I'm an egalitarian because I believe everyone should be treated equally. Feminism kind of implies women are treated unequally, which is not true in the Western world. But yeah, I don't think that's sexist to men. It's kind of derogatory towards male feminists, I do believe. So, if you believe that male feminists only are feminists because they want sex, then cut it out, you're a moron. And you probably also flag videos, but whatever.
If you say you're an egalitarian, will you call out the man-hating slurs that you see coming from people within your community? People who use terms like cuck, beta male, faggot, or mangina?
I do not police my comments because I believe in freedom of speech, but I have called people out in the quote-unquote anti-social justice warrior community that do said things. Prominent examples include AIU and Nightmare Fuel. I've done quite a few videos on them. Of course, this got me quite a bit of ire because they can't stand criticism. So I can understand why people don't normally do it. Christy, can you understand that the reason we don't usually do it is mainly because I would say they have a lot more influence and they can dox people? Of course, you also dox, but I'm just asking. And besides, my comment sections are so small, I can't really monitor it. No one even commented on like half my videos, so that's kind of why.
All of these things basically distill men down into thinking that the most important thing about them is to be having sex with a woman. That's rather offensive. So what are you doing to stop this kind of behavior in your community?
I wouldn't really say it's sexist. I'd say it's kind of just an ad hominem. It's, a weak argument. It's not really anything sexist. And, you kind of should stop pausing, mainly because I thought those were, several times I thought the question would end, and it was just kind of a little annoying. But yeah, thanks. And back to Professor Moriarty.
The number of followers, the number of likes, the number of dislikes, the number of retweets, the number of subscribers, any of those numbers, any of those metrics, what have they got to do with the argument? Deepak Chopra, for example, a man who trots out an endless stream of pseudoscientific quantum woo bollocks, has nearly 3 million followers. So what? Those people follow him because he tells them what they want to hear. Why even mention the number of followers you have? What difference does it make?
I agree with this. The amount of subscribers, followers, likers, that's completely irrelevant if the arguments are solid. We should base people on on arguments, not what their name is, not ugh. You guys really don't care about that, though, I guess, to an extent, so it makes you kind of a hypocrite in some ways.
Is it that you go on and fucking on about safe spaces and trigger warnings and delicate little flowers, but continue to hide behind your cartoon avatars and your childish pseudonyms? And whenever anyone calls you out on your sexist, racist, homophobic, bigoted rhetoric, you become the argument of your own scorn and are hashtag triggered, as they say.
First of all, let's get one thing straight. The reason why I have an alias, the Dark Master, is because I don't want my family to get, attacked by some skin-headed thug that came over from AIU's channel to throw a Molotov cocktail in their home, which has happened before. Second, second what? I mean, like, people don't like me called racist, bigoted, sexist because it's not true. I don't think anyone in the skeptic community is truly racist, sexist, and bigoted. Even AIU. Sure, he's a moron, but I wouldn't go as far as say he's a racist, bigoted idiot. It's just like, what? People don't like being called those things because it makes them lose their job. It makes them, like, suffer in the real world when they really shouldn't. You shouldn't lose your job because you have an opinion that's negative about people of color or women. We should employ people based on their merits, not their bloody opinion. But of course, the court of public opinion these days is more powerful than the actual courts, which is a real shame. And you can thank people like this toga wearing loser who does that.
Are you willing to publicly acknowledge and admonish the massive amount of hatred, bullying, harassment, and intimidation that a lot of your fans infringe upon people? And I don't mean these tiny disclaimers that you put under the description fold or flash for 2 seconds at the beginning of the video that you know nobody reads. I mean a public and ongoing anti-bullying stance. Or do you kind of like watching your fans go around harassing people and calling them slurs and telling them to kill themselves? You kind of like it, don't you? I mean, if that's your thing, and I guess that's just what you're into, it just makes you a dick.
First of all, I admonish any bullying caused by myself. If you go to these people's channels and like flag their videos, I think you're scum. But I will not control my audience. My audience are free people. They can do whatever they want. I cannot control it. And I don't really put flash for 2 seconds because I'm not really good at editing, but I can't really control these people. Like, I could have like a full 20-minute intro explaining why you shouldn't bully people, and people would still go over and bully. You cannot control your subscribers. Not you, not me, not Coach Red Pill, not Anita Sarkeesian. No one can control their audience 100%. And if they did, that'd make them a freaking cult leader. How dare you? It's her again. That person who said that TJ Kirk's a racist.
I find it so hard to believe that feminists are being harassed online.
Everyone is harassed online. It's nothing special.
You understand the key importance of reproducibility and repeatability in scientific research. That's simply going to Google Scholar, doing a 30-second search for keywords and pulling out the first paper you find that backs up your stance is not a particularly credible way to do research. That you have to have a much broader overview, to read the material, to follow the citations through, to look at the broad brush approach to a particular problem. You do realise that you're as much of a social justice warrior as those you critique. It's just that you espouse a different form of social justice, a rather less considerate, rather less forgiving, rather less kind form of social justice.
Well, I don't think I'm espousing some form of social justice. Secondly, a lot of those, essays in Google Scholar are hid behind paywalls that I cannot afford to pay. And I don't like the fact that that is so. If you're not willing to share your knowledge freely, then you really don't have knowledge. That's my philosophy. And so, yeah, that's it. It's really all I can say. I do use Google Scholar quite a bit, but, I can't really pay for some of them stuff.
As an egalitarian, that I'm interested in your take on the usefulness of the concept of the original position as laid out by John Rawls in his theory of justice.
Smug look. First of all, I've read that book, and I think it's kind of dumb, really. I don't think it's practical to the extent that our current justice system is. So yeah, I've read your book. Don't act condescending next time, though. That would really help your argument. To answer your question, no, I don't have any particular interest in it.
As a supporter, as a proponent component of freedom of speech. Why do you want to quash academic freedom? If you're not familiar with the concept of academic freedom, it's worth, in the UK at least, looking up the 1988 Education Reform Act and seeing what that says about the rights of academics to put across unpopular opinions.
Why are you so...
The social justice warriors are the ones that want to quash academic freedom. Any science that like supports the gender differences of like average IQ, they're squashed. They're considered sexist. That's the ones who are, censoring people, man. Oh, great, it's her again, the liar.
That's with Anita Sarkeesian.
Do you...
I'm not really obsessed about her. I've never made a video about her. But since she's one of the most famous feminists around today, I can understand why people would make videos about her. You might be wondering why they don't make videos about you, because you're a lying, disingenuous person.
think you can spend your entire life in a perpetual state of emotional immaturity? Do you actually imagine that you will be able to perpetuate your adolescence for your entire existence? Wait, didn't somebody else ask this one? Wait, I gotta...
And that was their attempt at humor, stealing a joke from Sargon of Akkad. What are my thoughts on this video? None of the questions were really reasonable. They were very sneaky and slimy, kind of disingenuous questions. I wish they put Kazumi in this video. He's a social justice warrior that's actually somewhat nice. Anyway, what's next? Next time in the Answers Marathon, we'll be doing the finale. We'll be responding to someone who's worse than BuzzFeed, worse than libertarians, and even worse than social justice warriors and Steve Shives himself. That person is Nightmare Fuel. Have a nice day.